Today we're talking about AMD, the chip maker that used to wear the underdog cape and now occasionally shows up wearing a crown with a suspiciously low center of gravity. Once the scrappy challenger to Intel and Nvidia, AMD is now squarely in the ring as a market leader in several areas, and it's staking a serious claim in AI accelerators too. But the real question for headline chasers and long-term investors alike is, can AMD turn momentum into market share? And will 2026 be the year the returns arrive? The role reversal, not underdog, not yet untouchable. For years AMD played David to Intel and Nvidia's Goliaths, nimble, price competitive, and beloved by geeks. But in 2024 to 2025 the script flipped. AMD stopped being just the cheaper alternative, and became a competitive powerhouse in data center CPUs and a credible challenger in AI GPUs. That shift is why people are now having dinner parties where the subject is AMD's strategy instead of a single board computer hobby. The market's changed perception matters because valuation, partnerships, and procurement decisions all depend, to some extent, on reputational momentum. Nvidia rules the AI GPU hill, but don't sleep on AMD. Yes, Nvidia is the dominant AI GPU player today. Broadly speaking, it still owns the lion's share of AI accelerator deployments, particularly for large-scale training rigs. But to dismiss AMD as irrelevant would be impressive and wrong. AMD's approach is different. It's pairing EPYC CPUs and Instinct GPUs, leaning into open software stacks, RCM, and courting hyperscalers and cloud partners. That combination makes AMD more than a niche alternative. It's a strategic choice for buyers who want an open, CPU plus GPU play. If Nvidia is the luxury hypercar, AMD is the high-performance package that's cheaper to refuel and easier to service, and some fleet managers prefer that. Why 2026 could be a turning point, MI350 and MI400. AMD has a roadmap. MI350 is live, and being shipped in 2025, and MI400, and beyond, are on the calendar. These GPUs are built on new CDNA designs aimed at closing the performance gaps with rival accelerators and improving inference and training economics. AMD claims major generational performance improvements with the MI350 series and positions MI400 as the next major step. If these chips deliver on the combination of performance, memory capacity, and power efficiency, and if hyperscalers convert evaluations into volume orders, AMD could see materially better economics in 2026. In simpler terms, AMD's rocket has Stage 2 in 2026, and Stage 2 looks promising on paper. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Data center wins. The evidence in the numbers. One of the clearest proofs that AMD is more than a comeback story is its data center results. In Q1 2025, AMD's data center segment pulled in $3.7 billion, a 57% year-over-year jump, growth driven by both EPYC CPUs and rising Instinct GPU revenue. Data center revenue is the clearest proxy we have for enterprise and cloud traction. And a jump like that suggests customers aren't just testing AMD in labs. They're deploying at meaningful scale. That's the kind of stat that gets purchasing teams reevaluating their vendor lists. Microsoft and hyperscaler credibility. Notable customers matter. AMD's relationships with major cloud providers, notably Microsoft's Azure, give it a distribution and credibility boost. Microsoft has AMD-powered VM instances, and AMD touts collaborations that make it easier for developers to run AMD-based workloads on Azure. That's critical. When a hyperscaler, or a few, chooses to offer or validate your hardware, buyer confidence increases and procurement cycles shorten. In the cloud world, credibility spreads fast. One successful production deployment can unlock many more. Imagine 3 data centers, each with racks to run AI models. Rack A is all NVIDIA. It's fast, shiny, and expensive to run but gets the job done for the absolute biggest models. Rack B is AMD plus EPYC. It's slightly cheaper to operate, has more memory per card in some configurations, and the devs like the open tool chain. Rack C is a custom solution from a hyperscaler, think Broadcom or in-house ASIC. The lowest long-term cost if you're committed but slow to scale for everyone else. If you're building an AI service where cost per token matters, Rack B suddenly looks very attractive, especially if the MI350 delivers on AMD's promises. That combination of cost, memory, and OpenStack could push AMD into more production use. Slow and steady wins infrastructure races sometimes. Progress versus NVIDIA. Not a sprint, more of a long relay. AMD hasn't overtaken NVIDIA in raw share of AI accelerators. NVIDIA still dominates many training workloads. But AMD has made measurable progress, new Instinct announcements, improved ROCm ecosystem performance, and more enterprise-friendly total cost of ownership arguments. Benchmarks and analyses show the picture is nuanced. On some inference workloads AMD's cost efficiency is compelling, on certain training workloads NVIDIA still holds sway. The reality is AMD is carving niches and winning deals where memory capacity, price performance, or open software matters. That's progress, even if it's not a knockout. MI350/MI400, what the tech actually brings. From the public AMD roadmap and coverage at AMD's Advancing AI events, the MI350 series promises substantial generational improvements, higher memory capacity, better inference performance, and optimizations in ROCm for deployment. MI400 is positioned as the next-gen architecture expected in 2026 that aims to continue the performance climb. These are the kinds of technical improvements that can change procurement conversations, especially for companies optimizing for inference and memory-heavy models. But chips alone don't win. Software, power, and rack-level engineering do too. Despite the optimism, several obvious hurdles could slow AMD's march. Hyperscaler decision cycles. Moving from proof of concept to fleet deployment takes time and validation. NVIDIA's entrenched position, huge software ecosystem, CUDA, OEM relationships, and established reference designs. NVIDIA doesn't give up market share easily. Custom chips from hyperscalers and Broadcom, companies like Meta, Google, Microsoft, and Broadcom are investing in custom silicon that could reduce the addressable market for third-party GPUs. Recent industry chatter suggests hyperscalers are exploring these options aggressively. Note this as well. Do you want life abundantly? Jesus says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." John 10:10. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.